どうもフーチーズ渋谷店の錦戸です。サムネイルとタイトルを、ご覧いただければ、分かる通りですね、今回は、DSM&Humboldt、のお二人をですね、ゲストに招いてインタビューしてみたという動画なんですけれども、そもそもシンプリファイヤーとはっていう方、まだいらっしゃると思います。ざっくり説明するとですね、真空管アンプの、プリアンプ、パワーアンプ、キャビネットのサイズ、乗ってるスピーカーのカラーですよね、これらをですね、この1台で、丸ごとシミュレートしてくれると、さらにそのプリアンプとかパワーアンプそれぞれには、マーシャルタイプ、フェンダータイプ、ボックスタイプっていうですね、選択肢もあり、それらをこういろいろ組み合わせて使うこともできると。で、最大の特徴は、フルアナログサーキットで組まれている、まあディバーブ以外なんですけど、アンプの部分はフルアナログサーキットで組まれてて、とにかく音が速い、レイテンションを感じない、アンプおよびキャビネットシミュレーターになっております。詳しくはですね、過去にいくつかこんな感じで動画も上がってますので、そちらをご覧いただいてから、今回の動画を見ていただくと、より分かりやすいかと思います。またですね、すでに、シンプリファイアシリーズをご購入くださった、お客様もたくさんいらっしゃると思うんですけれども、今回、その DSM のお二人かなり詳しく、説明してくれます。さらにですね、おすすめのセッティングとか、使い方のコツなんかもですね、教えてくれますので、すでに持ってるよという、方も、こちらの動画楽しんでいただければなと思います。では本編に行ってみましょう。どうも、フーチーズ渋谷店の錦戸です。今日はスペシャルなゲストがお二人来て、くださってます。DSM&Humboldt からダニエルさんと
こんにちは。
ジャノさんでございます。はい、ありがとうございます。前にも一度お店に来ていただいてお会いしたことがあるんですけれども、今回は何のために来日というか。
First of all, we love Japan.
Thank you.
Because I really like to have excuses to come down here. We are part of the Chilean delegation to the World Expo in Osaka. It's such a big honor for us because we're one of the outstanding companies, startups from Chile, and they will be celebrating the Innovations Week. So we decided, of course, to make a stop here in Tokyo to say hi to our good friends and talk some business. And yeah, of course, visiting you.
No, thank you.
Always so nice.
Yes.
お忙しい中で、来ていただいたわけなんですけれども、前回来ていただいた時にちょっともらったりとか仲良くさせていただいていてですね、で製品に関しても結構僕フーチーズお店の動画でも個人的な動画でもシンプリファイヤーをですねめちゃめちゃ使ってまして、個人的にも大好きな機材で、初めてシンプリファイヤーを見つけたのは、ジョイランドレスがサットボーイペダルボードみたいな動画を上げていて、でそこで初めてこっちのマーク2の方ですね、これを目にして音を耳にしたんですけれども、そこでもうすごい衝撃的でびっくりしてしまって、でもうすぐリサーチして、ですぐ手に入れて、もう初めて聞いた時はめちゃめちゃ感動しました。
It's interesting because I talked to Joy Landret and I say, man, you help us to open doors in Japan because someone at a very cool store watched one of your videos playing with the MK2 with your pedal board, and someone in Japan watched it for it, start researching and find out that was a very good sounding unit, and then we start selling at the store. So he said, okay, thank God we are famous in Japan. We should go there and maybe play there in a near future.
Maybe he will be coming.
Maybe he will be coming.
とってもお会いしたいですし、生のプレイを聞いてみたいですね。大ファンですからジョイランドレス
Big fan.
Maybe we can try to make it happen. Who knows?
で本当に自分のその機材の中にこれが加わってからですね、ギターライフがより豊かにというか、すごく楽しくなりました。本当に拡張性がすごくて、やりたいと思ったことはほとんどできますし、やっぱり日本ってこの住宅環境的にも家と家がこう距離がすごいスペースが狭くて、大きいアンプ ってビッグなサウンドは出せないので、もう本当に LINE で、スピーカーからサイレントに楽しむとか、なんならもうギターとケーブルとこれとヘッドホンだけで全てが完結するので、すごくギター生活というのがですね、はかどるというか潤うというか、充実してます。すごく感謝を伝えたいです。本当にだってもうマーシャルボックスフェンダーここにありますけど、
Yeah.
これがもう全部ここに収まってるようなものですから、それをこうヘッドホンで手軽にっていうか、もうかなり高い精度でしっかりと楽しめるというのが、非常に衝撃でしたね。
He have the right reference because as he mentioned, he have the actual ones, the
Yeah.
Lexi,
The
Box
real one.
AC, the Lux River. So he got a good point of comparison if we are, achieving what we were intending to with the simplifier. So this validation is very important for us in terms of, okay, we're doing the engineering, it's doing quite well, and the sound scope, that the concept is being well received by the customer. So that makes us so happy.
でちょっと話それちゃうんですけど、これだけで完結させるのではなくて、こっちを使ってアテネーターを使ってラインアウトしてキャビネットシミュレーターだけにして使ってもすごくいいんですよ。その使い方もすごい気に入ってて、自宅でもよくやります。
Ah, really?
Hey, really?
そのどちらも成立してるのが本当にすごいなと思いました。はい。じゃあそうですね、僕の熱い思いをとりあえず伝えられたので、ブランドに関してこれからちょっと気になっているところをちょっと質問させていただければと思います。まずDSM ノイズメーカーがダニエルさんで、フンボルトエレクトロニクスがジャノさんだったんですよね。その2つの会社がこう一緒になったきっかけというか、教えていただけたらなと。
We know each other from a long time, since 2008. I was making DSM noisemaker pedals as a hobby, just for fun and for curiosity. And Hanno was a producer, a video producer,
Yeah.
and he made my first videos of my pedals. And then he started making the fuse pedals that were very popular in Chile. I was always impressed of his tenacity and his way of doing business. Yeah, he is very talented, and I always admire that. And after I decided to quit all my day job and dedicate myself to making pedals 100%, and we started working together, but as different brands. We rented an office together, and one day Hanno told me, you have all these great cabinet simulators and you can do preamps. Why don't we make the whole amp? It was such a great idea that we both stopped making our pedals and we founded DSM&Humboldt. And just we went all in because we could see that it was something there. Practically we sold out our first batch before we even get the product.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh wow, I think that this is the way. So we stuck together now and we get along, we complement each other very. That's how small version of the story.
ダニエルのそのキャビシミっていうのはオムニキャビシミュレーターってやつですね。それを発展させてアンプにシミっていう。なるほど。今のお話にも入ってたと思うんですけど、シンプリファイヤーのその生まれるストーリーというのを改めてちょっとお伺いしたいなと思います。
Daniel mentioned before that I came with this idea of do this product together because he was doing excellent cabinet simulators, but so it was a bold decision, was a brave decision, because if at the end the SIMPLIFIER doesn't become a success product, probably we will went broke at some point.
first we want to define the concept of the simplifier, that is not another amp in a box solution that was available at that time. You could get all these Marshall simulators or box simulators, but none of them offered the whole experience of an amplifier. Why it works so good, the simplifier, is because the sound of an amp is the whole chain. You cannot sound like a Marshall if you have a Marshall pedal and a Fender amp.
Oh yes, of course.
That doesn't work. It will be closer, and then if you change your amp, that Marshall pedal will sound completely different because it's the interaction of the different stages. So the simplifier package all those stages in this small system, because the power amp affects the preamp, and the preamp affects the guitar, and the speaker affects the power amp, and everything is interlocked into the final sound. That's the reason you can choose the preamp and the power amp and the speaker. The characteristic sound of an amp is those three things, and we thought that combining different, it will be a very nice, so you can experiment making your own custom amps, having something more original. So that's how the concept of the simplifier came up.
この間出たエフェクターブックのインタビューに、ダニエルさんのインタビューも載ってたと思うんですけど、かなりそのマーシャルアンプだったらマーシャルアンプに対してのそのテクニカル的な知識というかがものすごかったんですね。そういうなんか理論とか知識アンプに対してのっていうのはどこで培ったというか。
It's a combination of experience, listening, playing, and studying. So I have been analyzing amp circuits from 25 years. So and I have built tube amps too, and the thing is, I like to experiment a lot, and you can start recognizing patterns and then identifying the signature of each amp. So it's interesting in seeing when you see different brands, for example, is what the designer was thinking about. There's a reason why the Vox power amp works that way, because the preamp work this way, and it's perfect for each other because they have certain frequencies they have to compensate. And of course, I like to study what are those frequencies, and I like and with the speakers it's the same thing. Just is signatures. It's like a fingerprint of a speaker is the response, the frequency response. And of course, making this, I read a lot of frequency response. In Chile, there's a lot of modes. Like here, I see a frequency response. That's how obsessed I am. It's like, oh, that mountains looks like a Celestian creamback.
フルアナログというところにとてもこだわってらっしゃる、その理由をちょっと伺いたいなと思ってまして。
Because we are brave people. Everything sounds so good today. If you want to only replicate how certain device sounds, but what about the feeling? What about the connection between what are you playing and the different nuances and dynamics and everything that happens in between? Even with today's technology for digital devices, is almost impossible to replicate. Yeah, and at some point when the company grew up enough, we had this conversation with Daniel. Okay, should we add digital processing to part of the signal because many people around was asking about you should switch to IRs for the cabinet section. They're popular, and there's many people around selling their own stuff. And then we entered this conversation, and we ended up with the conclusion that why we should do that, what we will be offering to the world that is different. So that's the reason we decided to stick with analog. We decided more of a philosophy. It's not only because the way it sounds, it's because we want to go beyond that. It's not enough for me. I want to sound good, but I want to feel that good, or that sense that I had when I was playing with an actual amp. So that's what the SIMPLIFIER is all about. Sounding amazing, but it's a connection between you and the device. So if you roll down the volume, if you start playing with your fingers instead of a pick, you will notice these changes. Or even if you are hitting hard and start compressing and have these glitches and distortion that happens between the power amp and what is translating the cabinet, that only you will be able to find out in an actual thing. You can achieve that with the SIMPLIFIER.
そうですね。僕もやっぱりこういう LINE でアンプの音が得られるっていう製品、いくつかあると思うんですが、デジタルのものがほとんどで、やっぱりこう直接的なこのレスポンスみたいなのは、人にもよると思うんですけど、得にくかったりすると思うんですね。ただこのSIMPLIFIERを弾いた時はもう本当にアナログサーキットがゆえのレイテンシーが全然ない部分、パッと弾いたらポンと返ってくるこの感じが、他には全くなかったので、まさにこれだってなったのは多分お二人がめちゃめちゃアナログにこだわってやってくれたからだなと思ってます。やっぱりこの反応の良さっていうのが皆さんが、SIMPLIFIERを気に入ってたくさん買ってくれる理由だと思いますね。もうほとんどそれでした。今までいろんなデジタルシミュレーターを試しましたけど、レスポンスの問題とかレイテンシの問題とかであまりハマらなかったんですよねっていう方がもう皆さんこれを選ぶので、もうそこですね。アナログサーキットがゆえのっていう感じだと思います。まさにそんな素晴らしい機能がありつつも、他の機材とつなげたりとか、こうやってつなげてこうできたらなっていう思ったことがほとんどできるようになってるんですね。その拡張性を持たせたのもすごいと思うんですけども、やっぱりそういうことももうめちゃめちゃ考えて意識されたんですか？
We design a product. We are thinking on the professional musician. It's a tool. It's a work tool. It is made to solve a problem. We are guitarists, and we know many guitarists, and different types have different needs. The session musician, the live musician, the practicing, they all have different needs, and they all can change their needs from one day to the other. We design our pedals thinking on all those different situations and all those potential problems that a player can have. They're asking you to play in a small speaker, or they're asking you to record while playing or using different effects. We try to put ourselves in that place. And it's a big part of the design is to think, what if the player needs this? If we could offer that, we offer that. If we can, we put it. For example, in the X, adding 2 separate effect loops and 2 separate inputs. It gives a lot of flexibility. They need tools to solve problems, and we think of our products as tools to solve problems.
もう本当にここにもうめちゃめちゃ詰まってるじゃないですか、機能が。で まあ側面にもねいろいろなインプットアウトプットがあって、単純に技術力もすごいと思ったんですね。でなおかつ、こんな僕らのお店ちっちゃいねお店ですけど、めちゃめちゃいっぱいたくさん売れてるんですけど、トラブルの報告も全然なくて、もうとにかく技術力がすごいなと思ってびっくりしてます。
ありがとう。
はい。
Oh, that's very impressive to know because Japanese all around the world is well known for the quality. For me and for us, Japan means quality. I've never seen a broken Toyota. It's like it's reliable and quality. So if we can meet your standards, it's a very good sign for us. And well done, man.
Yeah. A lot of engineering is made of making it reliable, and every time we see an issue, we correct in every batch and in every product. Of course, we try to eliminate any issues.
Mm-hmm.
And the parts that are not working, goodbye, let's find something else.
さっき少しギタープレイしていただきましたけれども、クルーズのギターをお持ちいただいているので、少しダニエルさんに弾いてもらいながらお気に入りのセッティングの音をちょっと聞かせていただけたら嬉しいなって思うんですが。
Let's start with I love the Fender ones. This is Fender. This is like a hot bassman. It sounds so good for blues. Just like a Fender and can black fade. This is honky, for example. Also, that important. The power amp, I think this is the sweet spot. And in real amps is also many times is that. Compressed. Most dynamic range. Yes. So I really love this setting on this side because it will sound different on this side. This will have more gain. Let's try the same. It's more aggressive. It's a hot Fender. See, also one of my favorites, and this I like to push it a little.
すごい上げる。
It's bigger. It's very vintage high gain. Yeah. Well, one of my favorites, greenbacks. Yeah, I never go that far. I like more like.
Same.
Yeah, yeah. This is like. This is
It's like the sweet spot on that.
This is like an electro voice. It's an EV. Yeah, it goes a little, very high frequency. So this is more like a greenback. And for Marshalls, you don't want to push it that far on the power amp. If you want that tight. So those are my favorite. And the Vox. Let's show the Vox for the Vox. The Vox has a very responsive power amp to the speaker. So I like to cut a little the bass
はい
and crank, of course. It's a non-master volume,
はい
like the real one.
Yeah,
Non-master volume. That's called swirling. Yes.
blue?
Let's put a blue one. Yeah. See, the difference is yeah, it's a very aggressive
Thank
box.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
いやいや、さすがやっぱり作ってる人がいじっていただくと本当にもうちゃちゃって切り替えただけでもうフェンダーじゃんマーシャルじゃんボックスじゃんってなりますね。すごい今のはめちゃめちゃ分かりやすかったと思います。はい、ありがとうございます。
ありがとう。
そうですね。あとはシンプリファイヤーで言うと、特徴的なコントロールはやっぱこのパワーの部分と、スピーカーをカチャっていう切り替えるスイッチじゃなくてこうシームレスにノブで切り替えるようにしたところがすごい特徴的だと思うんですけど、こだわりというか技術的にこうどういう変化をもたらしているのかっていうのをちょっと改めて伺えたらなと思いまして。
We have a power amp stage that is modeled after actual power amp topology of real tube amps. We use, of course, our own technology and our own idea of how it works. And the power drive, what it does, push the power amp going on at the same time when the power amp saturates. It's pretty interesting, and that's why it's the holy grail of amp modeling. It's modeling that all those interactions that happens at the same time. We have our own way, our own proposal of our artistic view of what happens in the power amp, and with the speaker color. When I see, of course, frequency response of these curves of different speakers, you can see a pattern, the different resonant peaks that different speakers have. I said, why have 2 or 3 if you can have a lot of them? And you can adjust the speaker color to exactly the texture that you want, that it complements your guitar, that complements the distortion you're using, and for each person it's different. That's why we like to have it as a tunable knob, because it will give a special flavor.
さすがでございます。なるほど。シンプリファイの前のバージョンだとこうマイクのポジションとかそのアクシスみたいなのがあったと思うんですけど、それはなんでこうなくして今このシンプルな形になったのかなっていう。
It's because the past models, you know, the first generations offers even a little bit more flexibility in that matters. but also at the same time you have more ways to make it sound really bad because the controls were very extreme. So what we decided to do is to reduce a little bit, the limits where the device could start something, not. That's the reason we decided to do it that in order to always keep, the device more round.
Can be very harsh or completely dull or too dark. So we decided it would be nicer and add more value. We scroll between different speaker frequency, high frequency response. It will be nicer and it will always sound as a real amp. Not outside that range. In angle, a little off center. It's a good sweet spot.
And usually when you play live, it's at the spot that you always look for, right in the middle and a little bit angle.
キャビネットシミュレーターってキャビネットシミュレーターとやっぱキャビネット&マイクシミュレーターっていう言い方があると思うんですけど、じゃあマイクはすごく理想的なマイクで撮ったという過程の音がラインで飛ぶということです。はい。シンプリファイアに関して結構たくさん聞いてしまったんですけども、これだけではなくドライブペダルとコンプもあると思うんですね。まあいろいろ種類あると思うんですけど、どういった経緯でどういうこだわりを持って制作されたのかなっていうのを伺えればと思います。
Well, the design philosophy, we make is that we have to make the best product, the ideal product that we would really love to have, because there's no point of making something just mid-level or standard, especially in this market that is very competitive. We have to really work to do the best and make the best pedals. Our philosophy is we're not going to sacrifice any quality in sound or anything, because we have to make the best to even exist in this market. Let's start with the silver linings, that it's our overdrive. Of course, literally we are going to make the best overdrive.
Oh yeah, when we were doing the research, the development of the product, we bought nearly 20 different overdrives from many companies just to find some patterns of what the customer is looking at. Not for copying them, of course, because one of our main philosophies is never clone nothing.
A perfect overdrive has to be versatile. It has to do a lot. Has to do what the musician wants at any given time. So that's why it's so versatile. When I added a lot of options, I wanted to be a tool for the musician to sculpt their own tone, to find like a unique overdriven or distorted or fuzzy tone, because everything is in there. You just have to use your intuition to find the perfect sound that complements your playing, that it's your companion. The black clouds, the silver linings, let's say it stops at Marshall sounds there and goes more into the Soldano, more Mesa, rectifier, or that kind of stuff, the higher gain, more modern metal stuff, to select the tone you're hearing in your head. That's what the controls are pretty sensitive.
Oh yeah,
very sensitive to little changes. You will hear a lot of difference. And the compressor, it was it's funny because it was
during the development of the what is going to be the bass master. Yeah, because we were gonna put a compressor inside. It was so nice, this new topology that Daniel designed to develop the compressor, that we said we had to release it
yes
as a pedal.
it is too good to just.
It's too good to be an option.
It's different to all compressors that you find, but at the same time, it sounds so professional. It's
Yes.
very clear, transparent,
Low noise.
super low
Probably
noise.
is the lowest noise compressor for guitar that you can get in the market. Actually, that's a fact.
Yeah, and it has this supernatural like tube compressor like response. And we know that these are not the best selling pedals. We wish, but we know that they will be eventually still in the market and will become a standard. That's one of our vision as a company is to become a reference, because every time we develop a product, it's because we think we have something unique.
Yes.
That is special, and you will not be able to find that in other pedals.
最後に日本のプレイヤーの皆さんに向けてメッセージをいただきたいのと、お二人の会社ブランドが今後どういう展開をしていこうかなって考えているのかなっていうのをちょっとお伺いできればなと。今後の展望的なところですね。
Our message to our Japanese fans, of course, thank you, first of all. Thank you for, getting interested on this brand. For us, it's a dream come true that we have this Japanese fan base. Will we do our best to surprise you in the future? And you're going to hear of us very exciting news for real soon. We take, the Japanese market as one of our, biggest inspirations, because we know that you guys have a huge background building guitars as a country, as a builder country. So the standard of this market is quite high. So if we can meet this standard, it's because we are doing the things just right.
Don't take our word for it. Come to Hoochie's here in Shibuya.
Yeah.
And try them, experience the difference of having. It's very special, and we're sure you're going to love it. So come to Hoochie's.
Thank you. ありがとうございます。
This guy is going to be very good with you.
はい。というわけで素敵なお二人がやってる素敵な製品ですので、結構動画を出してたくさんの方が常に弾きに来てくださっているんですけれども、よりこの魅力が伝わればなと思いまして、今回動画を一緒に、撮影させていただきました。というわけで、今回の動画はこちらで終わりたいと思います。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。